Welcome to the channel where we can all learn and grow together. I did a video on if I was starting over or beginner tool options. Well, this video we're going to cover the next set of tools, the second set of tools I would buy, or a continuation of what I would buy after I bought those tools. I probably even could have included this in the first video, but just an extension cord. Just make sure when you buy your extension cord that either on this label or sometimes on this one's a cheapie, so it's not listed here. It's on the paper and it's kind of in a weird spot to show you, so I apologize. But there's a thing where it shows amperage, volts, and wattage here. Make sure in the amperage and the amperage of the tool you're using that this here will support the tool you're using. This here is just one I use for like my jigsaw or my quarter drill or the circular saw, because the amperage on this ain't rated for some of my bigger tools like my thickness planer and my contractor saw. I got a different extension cord for that. So the purpose of that is, one, it will run your tool hotter, or it would make it work harder, and plus it could make this hot, which could lead to damages we might not want to do. So just make sure the amperage of this, and also to your breaker box, that there's a way to identify that the tools you're wanting to run on certain outlets, that the breaker also can support bigger power tools. But for beginner levels, something like this will do. I wouldn't go any cheaper than this. I wouldn't go to Dollar General and buy one of them little brown 2-plug prong things. In fact, I don't like those for anything. So at least buy something this gauge or higher. So the very next tool we're going to get into is levels. Levels are good for measuring, you know, if your floor is flat, or a picture frame, or if you're hanging a shelf on the wall, making sure it's level, and also measuring for plumb. You know, seeing if your wall is straight, if you're getting into building like even a storage shed like this, or anything you want to make sure is straight up and down, you can measure for plumb with this. And this spirit level here also does a 45. So if you're making something that you need a 45-degree angle on or something, this here, provided the bottom surface is level, this here would measure a good 45 on that. So, and this one also has a magnet on it, so it's pretty cool to put on the end of your toolboxes and stuff. So levels is definitely a good second choice option after you start buying tools. You could buy you some good levels and you won't regret it. So the next option is, sometimes you need a third hand. Sometimes you need to clamp stuff together while you're trying to nail it or stuff. So these here are some good beginner clamp options. They're just cheap brands. They're nothing name brand or nothing like that, but they still work. You know, Harbor Freight sells some of these. You could get the name brand ones at your big box stores or on Amazon, you know, whatever your budget is. But these clamps here are perfect because they're quick and easy. They have a little button here to open them up, and then you can just push that button when you want to clamp it, get it close enough, and then use the handle to make it tighter. So and these here, it does the same thing, just a little button on the side. Most of them have that. And so get you all kinds of different style clamps. I also got some of these in the back here. Some's missing the little rubbers on the end. Try to keep these, because if not, you'll be wanting to put a piece of wood in there so you're not damaging the material you're working with, because this here can indent it. But these here works in some occasions as clamps. I got pipe clamps and different bar clamps up there for various, you know, laminating stuff together. The very first build project, as far as a build project, I'm going through a lot of tools, but you know, to be able to start building stuff, I would either build you, depending on the space you got or where you got to store your tools, I would build you either some sawhorses you could turn and make a makeshift workbench on, and I'm actually wanting to make a few more sawhorses, so that could definitely be a upcoming video. But there's definitely all kinds of options for goals for this channel, for myself, to be able to make the content better for you. I am watching some YouTube videos on making YouTube videos and some of the things I'm trying to learn how to do is add clickable links into the video, so I could lead you to sources that might explain things better than I could. So hopefully within the next few videos I can start applying that into my videos. I'm working on some editing apps. I'm trying to do everything on my cell phone right now, so some of the things I have to do with editing is on my cell phone. So eventually I want to learn how to apply that on the computer, because there's some applications on the computer that would help me. So I do got some goals in mind to continue bettering myself to make the content better. So I appreciate you sticking with me. I appreciate you, that's the ones that have subscribed. If you like what's going on here and you want to subscribe, feel free to do so. If you want to leave comments in the comment section to help me improve some better ideas, I know I want to be able to also add some links in my description, so I'm learning how to do that. But you know, hopefully you could be patient with me as I continue to grow in this. I want, you know, people to come here as a beginner to feel comfortable. You know, I'm making mistakes, and we could just learn and grow together. And I want this to be a spot where they feel like, or you also as a beginner could feel like you could grow with me, and we could learn stuff together. And you can even ask questions in the comment, and I could probably even make a video response responding to your questions. So please feel free to subscribe, hit the bell notifications, so when I pop out new videos, you'll get them. And until then, keep turning those wrenches, cutting them boards, use your imagination, make your project yours. You have a good one.